Hello and welcome to the TV room. I have been working on pet number 40 and pet number 41, even though they're kind of out of order of what I've been doing. I thought, well, I can do this, so I will. What I'm showing you right now is the intricate wiring that needed to be done by somebody. Chances are it was somebody at the store House of Computers on Eglinton Avenue to upgrade this 4016 to a 4032. And why did they have to do all this? Well, because Commodore drilled these 4 neat holes in the board to make it difficult to add RAM to the 4016 to make it a 4032. And this, all I could say, comes down to corporate greed. If they priced the machine equitably and fairly with the added memory, then there would be no reason. People would say, oh yeah, that's worth it, even if it was pretty close, even if they made just a little bit more. But no, they had to get out the drills. I'm sure the people who were working there were just saying, oh my golly, why are we doing this? Anyway, I have not counted these wires, but there are many and they are tiny, and I guess, of course, what are they supposed to do? Well, they replace the traces that have been obliterated by the corporate drill. Indeed. I don't know of any other machine along the pet line that they did this to. There's certainly no 64. Maybe they just stopped doing the lesser memory amounts and just said, we're going to just sell them all with 32, and that's that. Anyway. But also, as I said before in the story, this machine was, even though it says 4016 on the front, it is upgraded to 32K. And it came from House of Computers. And the fellow who I got it from there new. So, House of Computers would have been the one to upgrade it to 32K. And chances are that was so that they could buy it cheaper and put in the cheap memory and make more money. But that is something. Now, mind you, if there's somebody they had in the store who was doing this, over and over and over and over and over to upgrade lots and lots of machines, then I suppose they would get used to what is what. And it did seem that the holes in the boards were pretty universal. I wonder if they had a special sort of 4 drill on one thing and a specific location, like it was all in the jig and it just come along the line and go down and way to go. I don't know. Anyway, it's a lot of work and a lot of wires. And then, of course, as you get down the line here, 40 some years later, are any of these wires, have they come undone? Are they touching? I don't know. They're tiny, 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 tiny. They do, even though they look like they're just the wires, I'm sure there is insulation on them because they're running across other places, other connections and things. Anyway, I have not carefully looked this over because I do have a 4016 like this, and I just don't think I have it in me to do all this. And there is some little bits of wiring, I think, on the other side, but this is the majority of where the corrections needed to be made. Anyway, it is too bad. In my mind, like Commodore made a lot of mistakes in a lot of ways and a lot of things that they did, but this I just don't get it. I just don't get it as to why they wouldn't have altered their price points to make this adding of RAM less attractive. And I suppose eventually they did. They just said, well, we're not going to sell the ones. Like, I've never seen an 8016. I have not. Anyway, I suspect, as I remember I was at a TPUG meeting and they were talking about why they put BASIC 2 into the 64 rather than BASIC 4. And this guy was a bit of a weenie, and I don't think he ever came back to the club meeting again. And he really wouldn't. He just, well, there was a marketing reason. So I suspect this whole drilling of the holes and somehow there were marketing people involved. There must have been. Anyway, Hard to imagine someone comes up with a wonderful thing such as the pet and then goes out of their way in the factory to destroy and disable part of it. But it is what it is. So, if this is at all helpful to you, having this up on the screen that you can figure out how to do this yourself, well, there is, by the way, one other wire that runs way down the board. Maybe about a third of the way down. I'm trying to think of where it is. Where is it? Oh, it's this wire here. It goes down 2 rows of chips. I don't know what it's for. I don't know what any of them are for. But anyway, that's the way it is. So, if you were watching, I did try putting this board into the 40th pet, and it really didn't come up nicely at all. It did not. I am pondering trying to put the swapping the other board in there, but I just don't think I'm brave enough. So definitely this 4032, 4016, whatever, the 41st pet, it definitely has some sort of serious issues. I did see a slight glimmer of something on the screen. Slight glimmer. But not much of anything. Oh, I'm so tempted to put the other board in. Because, the funny thing is after there's that noise you hear when a pet comes up. I heard it initially when this board went in, and I did see that little bit of nothing on the screen. But then it didn't sound it anymore. Very strange. Very strange indeed. Anyway. I shall ponder. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this look at this factory correction. And I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. Thanks for coming. From the TV room, David Bradley, signing off.